The fastest English speakers are not always the people who know the most English. Very often, they are the people who can leave a difficult sentence, choose an easier one, and keep the meaning alive. Your real problem may not be vocabulary. It may be that you refuse to move until every word is perfect. You begin a sentence, notice one small mistake, and stop. You search for a better verb. You change the grammar. The other person is still waiting, and your confidence is falling. Today, you will learn how to speak faster by removing the habits that make your brain slow. Before the end, you will discover one simple rule that can save almost any conversation when the right word disappears. But first, understand this. Fast English is not English without pauses. It is English without unnecessary struggle. Here is the first useful change. Stop trying to build the whole answer before you begin. When someone asks, "Why are you learning English?" your mind may try to prepare a complete story. You think about your job, your future, travel, confidence, grammar, and pronunciation. That is too much work before the first word. Begin with the center of the answer. I need English for my career. Then add one small piece. It can help me find better opportunities. Then another. I also want to speak with more people. You do not need to see the whole road. You only need to see the next step. This is how clear speakers move. One idea opens the door to the next idea. Think about carrying shopping bags. One light bag is easy. 6 heavy bags at the same time slow your body. Long, perfect sentences are like those heavy bags. When you try to carry grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and several ideas together, your speaking becomes slow. Divide the weight. Use one clear sentence, then continue. This is not weak English, it is controlled English. A business leader does not explain every detail before saying the main decision. A good speaker also starts with the main point. The details come after. So when you answer, begin with the heart of the message. The meeting went well. I changed my plan. The main problem is time. I enjoyed the trip. These openings reduce pressure because your listener understands the direction immediately. And once the direction is clear, you do not need to fight for every word. You can explain the rest with simple language. This is the first secret of speed. Start before the full sentence is ready, but start with a clear idea. However, many learners still move slowly because there is another step hidden inside their minds. Before they speak English, they create the answer in their first language. Then they try to move it across. That hidden journey is often where the real delay begins. Translation is not bad. It helped you understand English when you were a beginner. But during a live conversation, it can become a heavy system. First, you understand the question, then you create the answer in your language. Then you search for English words. Then you change the sentence order. Then you check the grammar. 5 steps for one answer. The solution is not to attack translation or expect it to disappear tomorrow. The solution is to build shorter paths. Connect common situations directly to simple English. When you see a long line, the idea can become, "This may take a while." When your phone battery is low, the thought can become, "I need to charge my phone." When work is difficult, the idea can become, "Today is very busy." These are small connections, but small connections become fast roads. Your brain begins to see a situation and reach English without preparing a complete sentence in another language. Notice what makes this possible. The sentences are simple. If you try to create a beautiful, advanced sentence every time, translation will return because your mind needs more support. Simple English gives your brain a direct route. This is why speaking faster often begins with accepting easier words. You may know the word exhausted, but very tired may arrive faster. You may know purchase, but buy may be more natural. You may want to say, the situation became extremely complicated, but things became difficult may protect the conversation. The simpler sentence is not always less intelligent. Sometimes it is more effective. There is another change that makes this direct route even stronger. Stop thinking only in single words. Conversation is too fast for building every sentence one word at a time. Familiar speakers use small groups of words that already work together. The main reason is, what happened was, the good thing is, I am not sure but, it depends on. The problem is, these groups are useful because they open a sentence quickly. Imagine that your answer is a room. A familiar phrase is the door. Without a door, you waste time looking for a way inside. With a door, you enter immediately and continue. If someone asks about your job, the best part is, gives you a clear beginning. If someone asks about a problem, what happened was, helps you start the story. If you need time, that is a good question, keeps the connection alive while your next idea becomes clear. These phrases should not sound like a school exercise. They are simply tools that reduce decisions. You do not need hundreds of them. A small group used in many situations is more powerful than a long list you cannot remember. But even with simple language and useful openings, some learners still freeze. The reason is surprising. Their English is ready, but their ideas are not. They have never prepared clear thoughts about the subjects that appear most often in their own lives. You cannot speak quickly about something when you do not know what you want to say. This is true in every language. Someone asks, "What do you want to do in the next 5 years?" The delay may not come from English. The question itself is large. Your mind is trying to create a life plan and an English answer at the same time. Fast speakers often have familiar paths through familiar topics. They know how to explain their work, their city, their plans, their interests, and their daily challenges. They are not memorizing speeches. They are comfortable with their own ideas. Imagine two learners. One knows many advanced words, but has never organized a clear explanation of their job. The other uses basic English, but knows the main points. I work in customer service. I help people solve problems. Some days are stressful, but I enjoy helping customers. The second learner will often sound faster because the message already has a shape. Here is the important difference. Memorizing gives you one road. Understanding your topic gives you a map. A memorized answer may break when the question changes, but when your ideas are clear, you can change direction and still continue. This is especially useful for the subjects that return again and again. Your work, your studies, your family, your city, your goals. A recent challenge, a decision you made, a movie you enjoyed, a place you visited. These topics are not small. They are the center of many real conversations. When your ideas are familiar, you stop creating content and language at the same moment. That gives your brain more space. You can focus on the person, the question, and the next sentence. But real conversations do not always stay inside familiar topics. Someone may ask an unexpected question. You may miss part of what they say. You may need a few seconds. This is where many learners believe they have failed. They become silent and hope the moment will disappear. But silence often makes the pressure stronger. Natural speakers use bridges. A bridge does not give the final answer. It keeps the conversation moving while the answer comes. Let me think about that. I have never considered that before. I am not completely sure, but there are two sides to this. These phrases are not tricks. They are honest signals. They tell the listener that you are still present. You can also use bridges when understanding is incomplete. Do you mean the first option or the second? I understood the main idea, but I missed the last part. Could you explain what you mean by that word? This is real confidence. Confidence is not understanding everything. It is knowing what to do when you do not understand. Think about a strong business person entering a difficult meeting. They do not need every answer before the meeting begins. They need the ability to listen, ask, adjust, and continue. English conversation works in the same way. You do not need control over every moment. You need a way to manage the moment. And now we reach a dangerous mistake. Many learners try to sound fast by physically pushing the words out faster. That often creates the opposite result. Speaking quickly is not the same as speaking fluently. When you force speed, your words become unclear, your breathing becomes uncomfortable, and your mind has less time to think. Then one mistake creates another. Fluency is not maximum speed. Fluency is smooth movement. A car can move smoothly without moving at its highest speed. A speaker can sound confident without rushing every sentence. The goal is not to remove all pauses. The goal is to remove the pauses created by fear, perfection, and unnecessary searching. A useful pause separates ideas. It gives the listener time. It can make your message stronger. I accepted the job because I wanted a new challenge. That pause gives shape to the sentence. An unnecessary pause happens when you stop in the middle of a simple idea because you are searching for a more impressive word. You know important, but you search for essential. You know difficult, but you search for challenging. You know help, but you search for assist. The faster choice is often the word already in your hand. Use it and move. This brings us to one of the strongest habits in communication. Say the main point early. Imagine someone asks why you left your previous job. A slow answer may begin with many details about the company, the manager, the schedule, and the last 2 years. A clear answer begins with the center. I wanted more growth, and the new position offered that. Now the listener understands. More details can come later. Speaking becomes faster when your message becomes smaller. Not smaller in value, smaller in shape. You give the listener one clear piece at a time. But there is still one enemy that can destroy your rhythm even after you begin well. Thinking about your last mistake while the conversation is continuing. You say, "She go to work yesterday," and immediately you hear the mistake. Your mind moves backward. It should be went. That was terrible. They noticed. Meanwhile, the other person is speaking. Now you miss the next question. Strong communicators recover quickly. If the mistake changes the meaning, they correct it simply. "Sorry, I mean she went yesterday." Then they continue. If the meaning is already clear, they often let the small error go. They do not carry it into the next sentence. This does not mean grammar is unimportant. It means conversation has a different priority. During careful study, you can examine your errors. During live communication, your first job is to keep the connection alive. A small mistake is one moment. Do not allow it to control the next 5 moments. Progress depends less on avoiding every mistake and more on recovering without losing your direction. This idea reflects a larger lesson about success. People who move forward are not people who never face problems. They are people who do not stop at every problem. They learn, adjust, and continue. Now we are ready for the final rule, the one that can save you when vocabulary disappears, grammar becomes uncertain, and the conversation moves faster than you expected. Protect the meaning. That is the rule. When the perfect word disappears, do not protect the word. Protect the message. Suppose you forget the word receipt. You can say, "the paper that shows what I paid." Suppose you forget appointment. You can say, "a meeting with the doctor." Suppose you cannot build one long sentence. Divide it. "I was going to travel on Friday. Then my manager called me, so I changed the plan." A weak speaking system depends on one perfect road. When that road is blocked, the speaker stops. A flexible system has several roads. It can explain, describe, compare, simplify, or give an example. This is why some people with basic vocabulary communicate better than people who know more words. They are flexible. They do not treat one missing word like the end of the conversation. They move around the problem. Remember the frustration from the beginning. You know English, but your mind becomes slow because it is trying to make every part perfect before you continue. Now the system is lighter. Begin with the center of the answer. Add one idea at a time. Use simple words that arrive quickly. Build direct connections between daily situations and English. Use familiar phrase groups to open sentences. Become clear about the topics that belong to your life. Use bridges when you need time. Keep a natural rhythm. Correct important mistakes and release small ones. And when the perfect word disappears, protect the meaning. None of these methods promise that you will become fast in one day. Real speed grows from good habits. One conversation feels a little easier. One answer comes with less translation. One missing word no longer creates panic. One mistake no longer destroys the next sentence. These small changes are how confidence becomes real. Many learners wait for confidence before they speak freely, but confidence usually comes after action. It grows after you discover that an imperfect sentence can still work. A simple answer can still create connection. A pause can still sound natural. A mistake can still be repaired. The goal is not to become a perfect English machine. The goal is to become a person who can continue. That is the deeper meaning of speaking fast. It is not moving your mouth at high speed. It is reducing the distance between an idea and a clear message. It is trusting simple English. It is choosing progress instead of performance. Notice your real signs of improvement. You recover more quickly. You translate less. You choose easier words without shame. You explain a missing word in another way. You listen to the other person instead of judging every sentence you say. These signs matter more than racing through a paragraph. Subscribe for more practical English ideas that help you communicate with clarity and confidence. Your English becomes faster the moment you stop waiting for the perfect road and learn how to keep moving